Hi everyone. Day 4. Last night I stayed at Pambula at the Discovery Park Caravan Park. Thanks Emily for the drive, and I just thought I'd do a little quick tour around the cabin. I've been just staying at quite the cheapest cabins I can stay at, but for some reason this is quite large. I don't know if I made a mistake or if I just was lucky. I think it was a similar price to the 1-bedroom cabin. And just a lounge. There's a spare room with some bunks, standard shower toilet, sink for a bathroom, and a main bedroom. It's actually got a queen size bed. Excuse my mess everywhere. Once I'd had breakfast, I went up to Merimbula, got some petrol, got a few supplies, and on the way back I saw the Pambula Cemetery. Snake warning, I didn't see any. I find cemeteries fascinating. The little tiny graves, the babies' graves, are always incredibly sad. But the difference in the graves, like this is just one stone, and then this is a big beautiful monument with beautiful lichen growing on the top. I really quite liked the way that this was weathered. And then just like a beautiful bit of rock there, but there's no writing. People seem to use a lot of plastic flowers so they don't decay. And what about these 3 stumps in the middle? Like, were they 3 children? Were they a big sign originally? I don't know. I'm just doing a pan around to show you the size, and there's lots of open spaces here. If this was in a city it would be full with layer upon layer, but plenty of room here, and just a beautiful day to walk around the cemetery as well. A little arbour and all the roses, and there were some cremation plaques, but this was just a beautiful little bit that I sat in, and these were lovely lavenders and a beautiful Australian native bottle brush. And then there was this last one I saw, which was massive and in the shade of a beautiful tree. It was a husband and wife buried together by their children, and there's no date, but I just loved how there was an olive tree there and there was the lavender keeping it looking like it's new, and yet the wrought iron is old and rusted and the monument style is an older style, but I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. After lunch I popped outside to just have a little bit of an art attack, bit of a creative moment, and this red wattlebird came to visit. I'm not quite sure what she was doing. She was really sizing me up and doing all sorts of head movements, and I don't know, maybe my red jumper is attracting her. I don't know. Very beautiful. They can be more pronounced, the red patches, and I think it's possibly the difference between male and female, and off she goes into the tree. I heard a rustling behind me and looked around, and lo and behold, there was, now I think this is called a monitor. The reason I'm a bit slack on my research is because here there's only 4G, which is not too bad, but there's only 1 bar, so it takes me ages to look up something, and I have to say it's like a very enforced art retreat where the technology does not work. So this monitor got up the tree, he was huge, and sat there with the sun on him for a while, and then he started to come down, and I was like, how is this guy going to get down? But their claws are so sharp, and also if you don't know much about these huge lizards, like he was big. Look all the muscles in his back working and his feet to get him down that tree. if you go near them, don't let them bite you, because their jaws clamp on and they will not let go, and it's quite a vicious and can create infection, quite a bad bite. So off they go, off he goes into the wilderness, enjoying the sun, and there's some kangaroos in the background. Speaking of, I'm still sitting drawing a wombat actually, and this kangaroo came to visit, and I thought, oh, that's nice, I'll go and get some film, and lo and behold, it had a little joey in its pouch. And she let me come up quite close. I actually was so surprised how tame a lot of these animals were. They're just so used to humans being around. And there you can see I've got a bit of a close-up there of the little joey in the pouch. Quite adorable. There he is. They're so cute. Even in Australia, we live here with them and we see them all the time, but I still think they are one of the most amazing creatures. How beautiful. And she went, okay, I've stopped, said hello, and it's time to hop off. So here's my drawing of the red wattlebird that came to visit. The male, I think, looks a bit more like this with the darker red, but the photo I've got earlier in this video has a much lighter little red bits. The other picture I drew was of a wombat, and even though I only got one little bit of footage the other night in the dark, so you couldn't really see that wombat very well, I saw so many wombats everywhere. I'm just pointing out here that my paper's a bit flimsy and it's got very little dots, so I could sketch on it, but I ended up doing the sketches on watercolour paper because I wanted to use watercolour to paint them, and I just decided to glue them in. Wombat lumbering through the bush, slow, methodical, he won't let you push, 'cause when he runs, you won't believe the speed, the agility, the sheer intelligent whoosh. Don't underestimate the wombat as he lumbers off, his last word a grunt as he ambles off, and all you will see is his retreating tush. Just a poem by me. I looked up the totem meaning of wombat because I saw so many, and it was grounded, inner trust, stability, creating your world. And I thought, how appropriate. Often if I see a lot of the same animal, I look up what the meaning is because I figure they're just having a word to me and letting me know something. So I thought it's very appropriate. I have been creating my world while I've been away, and just thank you, Mr. Wombat. So I ended the day with a lovely walk on the beach, and I'm going to say goodbye to you now and just put a little bit of footage of the beach at the very end of this video. See you tomorrow. Bye.